Come on. And again. Come on. Man, that was some heavy shit. Blood box session number 24. Today is chest, just chest, because as you know from the last video, we are on the cut, a diet, whatever you want to call it. We are trimming down, and as I said, I like to keep my sessions when I'm trimming down to a constraint time, less sets, less exercises, but high intensity, if not even higher intensity than usual, because the whole game with dieting down is to maintain the muscle that you have and lose fat. And we all know that losing fat is diet, you know, it happens in the kitchen, and maintaining the muscle happens here in the gym. The way that I go about it, the way that works for me, is high intensity. And when I say heavy weight, I mean a weight that is challenging but is still safe. Safe to load onto the muscle, safe to do a good range of motion with, because that's the whole point of maintaining muscle, is to use the muscle. It's so easy to get caught up with training the bar more than you're training the muscle. You know, you have to realize the weight that you're lifting, that you're holding, that you're putting on the bar, the intention is to use the muscle to move that weight, not just brute power, brute force. You know, that's the whole point, using the muscle to maintain it, to give your body a reason to realize you need that muscle because your muscle's using it to push weight. And that is what has worked for me. And that's the thing with dieting, it's hard. It shouldn't be easy. If it is hard, then you know that it's going to work. So yeah, today is chest only. I'll be doing 3 exercises, 2 sets each, potentially a back off / drop superset. Haven't figured it out yet, but in general, not many sets at all in total. You know, just keeping it very minimal, but very efficient, very effective, and intentful is the main thing. You know, the intent behind your training. But that is just what's worked for me, and that is the style of training that I love, that works for me, that gives me purpose, that I love doing day in and day out. So I will hit 1 more of these, because I don't want to do any more than that at that intensity, because, you know, I want to carry over my energy to another exercise, to more exercises, to distribute it efficiently. I don't really class myself as an optimal lifter. I just think, you know, as stupid as it sounds, use your brain, okay? How many sets do you want to do? What exercises do you want to do? And just distribute your energy accordingly. What is the point of doing 5-10 sets of something when you can distribute it more efficiently, hit different parts of the muscle, and even load more weight than doing more sets? You know, it's all about thinking with that and distributing and using your energy and mind accordingly to your training and your goal and what you want to achieve. So 1 more of these and then I'll move on to another exercise, but I haven't figured that out yet, so let's just jump straight into the next set. Let's do it. Come on then. Yep. Come on. You know, like I said, the intensity always stays the same. That is the one thing that never changes with my training and how I train. I don't care about anyone else and how they train. That is the one non-negotiable that stays the same with my training forever, for the rest of my life. Every single session is intensity. That is the one thing that has got me where I am today, that keeps my mind intact, that works well for my body, my style of training, and that gives me the most purpose in my training. And that is very important when it comes to the way that you train and what motivates you, you know, because many people just go through the motions and they see training as a monotonous activity, that they just do it for the sake of looking good. Whereas if you can find something deeper than that, then it will take not only your mind but your physique to the next level, because you will learn to enjoy training, you'll love it, you'll want to go to the next session. And that is something that's very important to keep in your training, or at least find in your training. Having a purpose inside that's deeper than just a physique and looking good for the camera, for other people, something that is meaningful to you with training. And that is how I feel with high intensity, that it gives me purpose. But besides that, let's do it. Come on. Woo! Man, that was a good set. That is where it's at. So I'll probably just drop the weight ever so slightly and hit one more of these and then move on to the last exercise. You know, like I said, keeping it short, keeping it efficient. So drop the weight, one more, move on. Let's do it. Come on. And again. One more. Woo! That's it, man. Exactly how we like it and exactly how it should be. Man, I love training. Let's move on to the last exercise, which will be a slight incline dumbbell fly. Let's just move straight onto it. Let's do it. Come on then. Woo! One more of them, and that is going to be the session. So let's just get straight into it. Come on in. Woo! That is it. It looks boring, it looks simple, but that is bodybuilding. It's so simple that people feel like they need to overcomplicate it for it to be justified, when in reality, all it takes is hard work and efficiency. That is it, session 24. Let's tally it off now, matter of fact. That is it, session number 24. Tallied off. Another session on the wall. Number 24 complete.